Hello, everyone. Today I'm going to be going over the case that I did for my IT seminar class, and the title is Social Engineering and Increased Attacks by myself, Christian Ryan. To get started, I'll give you a little bit of the case study information and background. So, the organization representing is Phillips Edison Company, which is also known as PECO. It is one of the nation's largest owners and operators of grocery anchored shopping centers. Basically, what they do is they buy Kroger's or Publix and many other shopping centers with a lot of other mini shops around them, and they will lease and service them for the community. The case study was during the summer of 2021 when I had an internship with Pico and when the company went live on NASDAQ. In July is when they announced that they're going to be going live, and in August we did go live. This caused an increase in social engineering attacks, which was mostly email attacks against the company. We still had these both before and going after live on NASDAQ, which I'll show you in slide 6, but we needed a solution to reduce the number of phishing attacks. So that solution was called KnowBe4 and their PhishER product. So we wanted to essentially reduce the number of phishing attacks, how many of those attacks made it to our employees' email inbox, and then monitor those numbers continuously. So causes, issues, and factors. I'm going to skim over this because this is a lot of information, but I'll give you the main bit of it. In June of 21, Pico announced that they're going to be going public with their stock. Pico is a real estate investment trust, so they're a nationwide real estate insurance company. We have over $4 billion in assets, which means we weren't necessarily a super small target for hackers, but we weren't a huge target either. So we did have an increase of 38% in attacks, so then it even jumped to 72% when we went live. I was tasked with documentation of email security and some network monitoring during my internship and was kind of at the forefront of this. The main cause of the jump in attacks really was from just the announcement of going live on NASDAQ and going live without proper security setup. So we did have current email and network protection with rules and protocols and kind of a mixture of third-party services and systems, but it just was not enough to stop the specific attacks from getting through and just the influx of attacks that we had within such a short time span. So the challenge was really finding and implementing a system or software that provided both email security, but allowed for monitoring and automated processes. So I was given around a 2 to 3 week timeline to find this, and me, myself, and other IT people and managers kind of agreed and researched on a solution that was KnowBe4's PhishER. So one of the things, though, that's bad about these emails landing in their inboxes is that if an employee happened to click on an email, it could result in data breaches, a shutdown of internal services, loss of income, and have disastrous effects depending on the severity of what happened. So we really wanted to cut down on that when the spotlight was on us. So the security team, which consisted of the CIO, the CISO, the IT manager, and myself, wanted to eliminate those threats. So I'll give you a little bit of background about social engineering. Basically, social engineering is where there is a manipulation technique that exploits human error to gain private information, access, or valuables. So it's like manipulating people so they give up confidential information. Basically, social engineering will target personal information using fake credentials, sophisticated manipulation to gain users' data or get access to restricted systems. This was the main threat for Pico, and it was because our most main used form of communication was email or Teams chat or other services that could be highly susceptible to phishing attacks. So actually, in 2021, 35% of all data breaches were attributed to social engineering and phishing attacks. So it's pretty safe to say that we really need to do something about this. And even Cisco reported in 2019 that 95% of breaches in enterprise networks um, were related to phishing. And in fact, phishing attempts soared even by 667% in March. And over 50%, I'm bumping up this because that's pretty close to 50, workers admit to having mistakes that compromise cybersecurity. That short but high increase just within the past year is evident that we need solutions. So I have some other data down here from Verizon data breach report that pretty much just confirms what Cisco is talking about, and how there's 15 times higher than the last year in social incidents from social engineering. And honestly, referencing my time at Pico, most of our emails that we got that were phishing contained either malicious links, fake websites, asking for credentials to log in, and sometimes we did have employees fall victim to this, and we had to shut down their accounts and do other stuff to remediate. So some of the solutions and alternate options, like I said, I was tasked with the network monitoring and phishing attacks to remediate threats. We had to upgrade our systems. So we kind of looked at 3 different products. The first one was KnowBe4. My main IT manager at the time, Craig, told me it was a cool option. He had worked with it for years at his old company. I checked them out, and it was definitely at the top of my list, if not number one, because not only did Craig recommend it, but he knew about it, probably knew how to use it, so it seemed like the premium option. The 2 other products we considered was Proofpoint and Mimecast. Proofpoint offered email security and protection, both cloud service and in-house. I was a fan of the technology portion. It was sleek and very nice, but they just did not have the proper email phish setup that KnowBe4 did on Outlook. Mimecast, although they're an enterprise security leader, they just had cloud-based security email products, and honestly, they were very expensive and did not include as many benefits. So I'm going to talk a little bit about KnowBe4. KnowBe4 is, according to their website, the world's first and largest new school security awareness training and simulative phishing platform that helps you manage the ongoing problem of social engineering. Now, although they offer that, we specifically chose the PhishER, which is a software integration between Microsoft Outlook and all Pico's email accounts. So this offered email protection from phishing through automated monitoring, which was a button to report a suspicious email, which removed that email from their inbox and sent it to the PhishER system. The data that I'm going to show you next kind of backs up how successful the system worked. So this data comes straight from the documents that I did when I was documenting this. Then we have number of phishing attacks attempted, number of phishing attacks blocked, number of phishing attacks inside email inboxes, and number of phishing attacks clicked, both before and after we implemented KnowBe4's PhishER. And I even put it into a nice line graph for you to just kind of show you the stark difference of really how well this system did in eliminating those threats and cutting down on the number. In conclusion, June, July, and August was kind of a rough time for Phillips Edison. Although we went live on NASDAQ, we had to go through many structural and security-based changes due to that. The main goal of this was pretty much just to ensure a smooth and successful integration into public stock while keeping our regular work responsibilities. So the IT department kind of had to step up, and I was with them, stepped up and get a new email monitoring service, whether it be a system or software, to decrease the phishing attacks. The solution that we implemented was KnowBe4's PhishER product that provided a quality system and software solution that based itself upon email filtering and monitoring centered around stopping the phishing attempts. Just to put it in some plain words for you too, I highlighted some of the main data from PhishER. So the number of phishing attacks decreased from 1496 to 1378. The attacks blocked increased, which was good. Over 200. The number of attacks landed in boxes decreased by over 200, and the number of phishing emails that were clicked decreased by over 100. So not only did the product decrease the attacks, but it also even helped the employees not to click the phishing emails in their inbox. The solution implemented was a great success and is a strong candidate for stopping social engineering in the future. Thank you.